Good evening, everyone, or good morning or afternoon, whatever time it is there with you. All right, so I just want to quickly start with an intro with regards to the Lionsgate portal energy sessions that I've posted about, just to offer a little bit of clarity. These sessions are going to be with the intent to open you up and be more receptive to abundance if you found that you've got blocks with this. Okay, the Lionsgate portal happens on the 8th of the 8th every year, and it's when Sirius lines up with our sun, and this is something that comes into alignment with the pyramids of Giza. Very interestingly, this was actually at some point many moons ago. This was actually the Egyptian New Year, and when we think of New Year, a lot of us set New Year's resolutions. It's a time for fresh beginnings, new starts in new things. So, this is the same kind of energy. All right, it opens things up, especially pertaining to manifestation of things that you are dreaming about or wanting to attain. It gives us that extra punch when it comes to the energy that's actually flowing into the earth or is directed at the earth. Okay, just like the sun provides us with energy, we have like almost two suns essentially in the sky at the moment, and this does give us certain energies that allow for manifestation. Okay, what I'm going to be working on is, instead of us always just pushing energy out and saying, I want this, I want that, I'm trying to set this intention, let us be receptive, because it's something we're quite bad at. Okay, and often that is an abundance block. There are two aspects to abundance. There's the masculine and the feminine energies. The masculine is putting it out there, putting in the effort, setting intentions, but there's also the receptive side, where you need to be receptive if the earth or the universe rather wants to bestow blessings upon you. And a lot of people don't realize that that's where the blockages. Okay, they might be asking, praying, doing, setting intentions, trying visualization, all of these things, but they're not in a receptive state. They're not saying, okay, I'm ready to receive it. They're just asking all the time. I always say that asking is praying and meditation is listening. Okay, so being quiet, being still, being receptive is as important as putting out what your intentions are and taking little steps towards that intention. So, with a lot of us, that receptivity is the problem. We can be doing manifestation until the cows come home, so to speak, but we're not saying, okay, I'm ready to receive. I'm receptive. I'm going to step back and allow myself to be blessed. People really struggle with that. So that's what I'm going to be working on, because if you're asking for it and you're not in the state to be open to receiving it, you're still going to have a problem with manifesting that abundance. Okay, I don't feel worthy. I don't feel deserving. Those kind of things are the things that might be blocking you. So that's what these specific Lionsgate portal energy sessions are going to be about. And it's going to be about, I open myself up to it. I'm receptive to it. It's basically opening you up and saying, whatever you want to bless me with, I'm now willing to receive. And that might make a massive difference for many of you. Okay, I am taking bookings for other manifestation as well. So a lot of people, what they're doing is they're doing the Lionsgate portal energy session to open themselves up and be receptive. And at the same time, we're setting an intention for them saying, this is what I'm receptive to. This is what my goal is. So there we have the balance of, the masculine and feminine, again, the expansive energy as well as the receptive energy. So that's a good way to approach it as well. If you've been sending out a lot of intention and you feel like you're just not receptive enough to be saying, okay, I believe I deserve this, then the Lionsgate portal session is the one for you. Okay. All right, so getting on with it, we now have the reading for the week ahead. I didn't want to bombard everybody with information and posts today, but I don't also want to leave it so long that people don't know that the Lionsgate portal is coming up and maybe miss the opportunity if they feel it's something of value to them. So today, I was drawn to pick the Archangel Gabriel cards to pull from. Archangel Gabriel is our messenger angel, okay? And as I always say, you don't have to believe in angelic energy. You can believe in it in terms of an archetype or a consciousness of messages that comes through. Just like Archangel Raphael is energy or consciousness of healing, Archangel Michael is an energy or consciousness of protection. They're all archetypes and consciousness. Okay, so here we have the consciousness or the archetype of bringing messages through, and I thought that this was important today. Today I was like, messages are important. All right, especially in a week like we're having now, where we're approaching this cycle, and we are actually in the Lionsgate portal. The peak of the Lionsgate portal is the 8th of the 8th. Okay, that's when the energy is at its strongest, and that's my reason for doing it on that evening. Okay, but it does go for the period that I posted there. I've posted it on Reddit and on the Telegram group as well. All right, so I'm going to be asking, what messages do we need today that are most important for us to know for the week ahead? And let's see what Spirit has to say. Okay, so what is most important for us to know today, please? What messages do we need? That one decided to fly off the table. Okay, keep going. Use the energy of any disappointments to fuel your creative project with authentic emotion. This is quite interesting. I have picked this up and I've had this happen to people I care about in the past week or so, where there has been working towards a particular goal and then there's a bit of a letdown with regards to the goal. Here we go. Keep going. Use the energy of that disappointment to fuel your creative project with authentic emotion. Okay, it's just like, how badly do you want it? If it slipped through your fingers, it might not be your fault by any means, but maybe the universe is just testing you and saying, how badly do you want this? How badly do you believe? Are you receptive? Okay, are you putting it out there but not opening yourself up to it, maybe? All right, but this is saying, please don't give up. Look for things that inspire you as well. It has to be, if you're working towards a goal, it's got to be a goal of something that you love, something that you're passionate about. Like me, the job I do now, I really love it with my whole heart. It's not a job for me. It's not a chore. It doesn't make me think, oh, I really don't want to get up and do this. Some days, yes, I'm tired and I'm, a little bit drained because I've done maybe a lot of readings or a lot of energy sessions, but it doesn't stop me from loving my job. It's something that I felt compelled to do. It's something that made me leave the corporate environment to do. That's the kind of pull that it needs to have. Something that you do in your spare time, or something that's a hobby that you just love and you would do with a smile for the rest of your life. Those are the things you need to pursue. And sometimes you will not believe that you can make a living out of it, or not believe that it's viable. You need to believe. You need to know that if you do something with love and you give your gifts with love, you will be rewarded. Okay, and it's okay to be rewarded financially for stuff that you are putting out there that you love. That's okay. That's what everybody should be doing. If everybody was giving their talents with love and making a chair with love, or binding a book with love, when they are doing that and they've put so much love into it, they produce such a high quality of work, craftsmanship, product, whatever it is, that people are happy to pay for it. People want to pay more because they feel like that person's put their whole heart into it. And when you are doing something you love, you will automatically put your whole heart into it, and you will deserve that recognition. You'll deserve that abundance that comes to you. Okay, so think about that. It could be a hobby. It could be something that you do part-time that you cannot believe you could ever do it full-time. I mean, I used to do readings for people at 2 o'clock in the morning after my very long day because I love doing it. And I believed there's no way I could ever do this full-time, and here I am. Okay, I just had to change my belief system, and I had to take some big risks. A leap of faith is an understatement, but here we are. Okay, so it can happen. It can happen. Let's see what else we need to know. New project. New beginnings and fresh starts. Remember I said this used to be the Egyptian New Year as well. It says, like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your idea into reality. This also speaks to keep going. Don't give up. Okay, let's just quickly get that into focus for you. Beautiful pictures in this deck of cards. Like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your idea into reality. This is what I was talking about with the manifestation as well. Being in this receptive state, believing I deserve to receive this, while you are doing the little things that are planting the seeds for it. A tree doesn't always blossom overnight, okay? We've got to plant the seed, and then we have to be patient. Sometimes we need to keep planting seeds and wait for them to start sprouting. Okay, so use your energy of any disappointments to fuel your creative project with authentic emotion. Like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your ideas into reality. Okay, this is saying it's very new, and I got the message last week as well. I've actually got the card here as a reminder for myself. When we did the reading last week, we had this blossoming abundance card. Okay, blossoming means it's only beginning to blossom, it's only beginning to sprout. This is only the beginning. And it might also take some teamwork, okay? It might take more than just yourself or 2 or 3 people to get something accomplished. So be open to that as well, because I feel like it could be that you could have help from different sources or need to expand your horizons in terms of people that you're in contact with. But it says here, like a newborn baby, this is blossoming. We're going slowly into spring next month over here in the southern hemisphere, and I'm beginning to see the blossoms. Some of them are starting early, but this is only the beginning, okay, of it starting to be full summer. So grab it with both hands, keep going. All right, it's still early days, but this goal you're working towards or that you can achieve is on its way. All right, you need to keep believing in this blossoming abundance. It's only now beginning to blossom. Keep working towards it. Keep staying open and receptive. Don't say, oh, well, it didn't work today, so it's never going to work. This is the energy that's around us at the moment where things can change that have not changed for many, many years. All right, and this particular time now around the Lionsgate portal is absolutely beautiful energy and the ideal energy for you to be working towards those things, to make it clear to the universe what it is that you are planting the seeds for. Okay, let's see what else we need to know. Detox time. That's quite interesting. I've been trying to do that. Detox time. Release toxins from your body, your mind, and your diet. Okay, so obviously that can encompass very basic things like drinking some more water. If you don't, make sure you're drinking like 2 liters of water a day. Eating high quality foods, even if you just change 1 or 2 things on your shopping list that you shouldn't be buying, and you buy brown rice instead of white rice that's really processed. Whatever your choices are, whatever your dietary choices are or requirements are, make little changes. Okay, don't overwhelm yourself when you're trying to do something like this either. Okay, it can be simply just drinking more water. If you know you've been having to do it for a while, if you've been feeling sluggish, if you picked up a little bit of weight, whatever the case is, make sure that you're detoxing. When we're talking about detoxing our minds, it's about these thoughts of, like, you know, these self-defeating thoughts, this negativity, allowing yourself to slip into a really negative state with just little things, okay? Because those little defeats could be little victories if you actually overcome them every time. And it's a habit, okay? Getting into a negative state of mind can be a habit. I'm not saying that it is all the time, and I'm not downplaying anything like someone who suffers from depression or anything like that. But I'm saying just having negative thoughts, oh, that won't happen for me because it's never happened. Don't allow yourself to speak to yourself like that, okay? The past is in the past. Today is a new day. There are possibilities around you. There's a consciousness on this earth that is shifting, okay? So things are possible, and anything is possible. We give ourselves a ceiling or a limit within our minds of what is possible, and that is based on our experience on earth so thus far, okay? In terms of what is out there in the universe, it's nothing. Our experience for the few years that we've lived on this planet is nothing in comparison to what is possible. So say to your guides and your guardians, say to the universe, whatever your belief system is, say, show me what's possible. Open up your mind. We had a card like that the other day too. Here we go. It was something I actually got from one of my suppliers. Close your eyes and open your mind. Okay, don't shut yourself off and say, I know that this is only possible for me because my family's never had money. All of these repetitive false belief systems that we have, snap yourself out of it. Detox yourself of that, okay? Close your eyes and open your mind. Every time you say something that is a limiting thought, change it. Swap it for something else. Detox your mind from all of that stuff. Okay, A good way to detox your mind is also to avoid things like radio and television, where we hear a lot of negative things on the news that can cause us to be fearful or depressed. It doesn't mean you have to switch off from reality altogether, but you can take a break from it because it really isn't good for you. Okay, that constant stress and anxiety, and what if this bad thing happens? It's not good. Change the channel. Okay, that's exactly the same thing when it comes to your mindset. If you're thinking negative thoughts, change the channel. Like an old radio, turn the knob until it goes to a different radio station. Listen to something different, ask for something different, channel into something different, because that's where you're going to get these shifts happening. Okay, keep going, keep trying every day. You might not get it right every day. No one does. I don't. Okay, and I've got to try and correct my thoughts, try and correct the way I do things or think about things, or did I eat this bad thing today that's really, quite toxic for my body? Whatever it is, if you smoke too many cigarettes today, whatever you judge yourself for, okay, you also need to detox those negative things that you say to each other. Watch how you speak to others and watch how you speak to yourself. That's also a very good way to detox. Okay, I will speak to you all again soon. I wish you a beautiful week and I send you lots of love. Bye for now.